Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to review the new kitchen sink handlebar bag from Redshift Sports from a bikepacker's perspective. I've been using the kitchen sink bars for the last few years and I've really loved them. The bar bag exclusively fits the loop on the kitchen sink handlebars. It sells for $80 Canadian, and for an extra $25 you can get a mount for your Garmin or Wahoo device. I use the Hammerhead Karoo 2, which comes with an adapter for the Garmin. It has 0.75 liters of storage capacity that can expand to 1 liter when unzipped at the bottom. On the inside of the bag there's a zipper mesh pocket to store some items, and the top flap of the bag is secured with a magnetic strip and can be fully closed on the side with 2 zippers. So here are my thoughts after testing the bag over the last few months. When the bag was first released, I had some concerns with the GPS unit flying off the bag when riding. However, the mount is actually assembled and screwed together within the flaps on the top of the bag, so there won't be any issues with it coming off while riding. I did find that on really bumpy terrain, the GPS unit shook more than when I would normally use the regular mount. This is likely because the bag is softer and moves around a bit more. The magnetic flap is really strong and works well, and I found it easy to access the bag with one hand, and the bag would close on its own after letting go. I did run into some issues with not being able to fully extend the bag to its 1 liter capacity when I had my front roll on when I used it for bikepacking. So depending on the system that you use for bikepacking, you may run into a similar problem. If you're just using it for gravel riding, then you won't have any problem at all. For me, part of the appeal of these handlebars is being able to use the endurance loop for additional arrow hand positions, so I wondered if using this bag would make it less comfortable. I was still able to use the loop effectively when the bag was installed, but I wasn't fully able to grab on, obviously because the bag is there. So it's not really a trade-off between having the bag and using the arrow loop, but the bag doesn't make it a bit more tough to grab on to get a full firm grasp. A final thing that I think would be worth mentioning is that the bag fits pretty snug if you have bar tape wrapped around the endurance loop. When I see promotional videos or others using the bag, I see that it's mostly installed without bar tape around the loop, so I assume it's designed around not having tape. It's not really that much of a hassle to get the bag on when you have tape around the loop, but it does seem to compress the bag a little bit at the sides. It's not a big issue at all, but I'd suggest that if you're planning on sometimes taking the bag off and wanting to use the endurance loop, then you'll still be able to wrap the endurance loop. Alright, so that's a bikepacker's thoughts on the new bag from Redshift Sports. If you're into bikepacking videos, why don't you check out a few of mine here. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.